This episode of Off My Shelf contains coarse language and adult conversation. Listener discretion is advised.
And room tone. It's a nice beige. No. Say it's on the warmer tones or the cooler tones.
I think it's warmer. It's got a little bit of red in it, you know. Heat to it. Hello, my name is Tracy James, and welcome to Off My Shelf, a podcast about movies that are well off my shelf, where we go through my DVDs and talk about the movies in my collection. In this episode, Sarah Behl is here to chat about an underrated sci-fi film and a teen classic from the 90s, Butterfly Effect and Can't Hardly Wait. Welcome!
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. I was actually kind of very excited to talk to you about these ones because did we see both of these in the theater together?
Yeah,
we did,
for
right?
sure we did,
yeah. So I was just like, we're revisiting like this
the past.
The past. Oh my god. Full on like Wayne's World or something. Like, here we go again. So very excited about it.
They were definitely. I don't think I'd watched the Butterfly Effect since we had probably seen it in theater, so it was like surprising. Mm-hmm. But Can't Hardly Wait remains a classic in my household. Like so, I don't know, it's a go-to. It's like up there with the Hugheses.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree with you on that one. I had a stupid look on my face the whole time I was watching the movie, and I was surprised at how many of the lines I remember and stuff, because despite the fact that I watched that movie, I watched a lot. But I haven't watched it probably in about 5 years or so, and so having to watch it now and kind of revisit it and stuff, I'm like, you're still great. Thank you.
There's still like moments that brought me joy that I was like, oh, I'm still delighted by this part.
It's so funny. Like, it's just a funny movie, you know? And it's like, one of my notes actually says it's aggressively 90s.
It is aggressively 90s.
So yeah. Yeah, it was, I let's put it this way. I enjoyed preparing for this episode.
It was fun. It was very fun.
It was very fun.
I think Butterfly Effect was pretty, I would say tail end of aggressively 90s. Like it was, I feel like, because maybe when they were in the college scenes together, wasn't that supposed to be 90s-ish?
Yeah.
It felt very 90s. Remember his goth roommate? Oh
my god, what is it? Bumper? Yes. Which, especially when you were first introduced, I was just like, oh my god, that's disgusting. Oh my god. Oh, that was just not anything.
Not pleasant.
It was very unpleasant. Like, it's just, like, sometimes they do things in these movies, and I know people are gross. I've experienced gross people. I have done gross things. But even that, I was just like, oh,
this
God.
Next level of gross.
I don't need to see that. I don't need to.
Like, there were other disturbing things in that movie, but yet, like, he still sticks out as one of the grossest.
It's one of the grossest things, yes. And, like, but it's not even, like, all of his scenes. It's literally just that first introductory scene of the character.
With the towel. And
you're just, Because you even go back to him, there's a scene where he walks in on him having sex again.
Yeah.
But it's still not as gross.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not.
Yeah. So, well, I guess we're talking about Butterfly.
We're talking about the Butterfly.
Yeah. Came out in 2004. And I think this was based on my little bit of research, I think this was the first Ashton Kutcher movie where he played like a serious role, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Because he'd already done Dude, Where's My Car? And of course that 70s show.
Right.
And all that kind of stuff before. And it's like Cheaper by the Dozen and whatever. And yeah, this was like his first serious role. Like, he did a decent job with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not bad at all.
Oh yeah. It's like, I like that it's borrowing a number of different kind of like successful themes and genres of the time. Like, it was kind of a part Stephen King movie, and like, I feel like if it had more of a romantic bend, it could have been like The Time Traveler's Wife, or like Lighthouse, or
yes, that is very true. Yeah.
Like, they were all like it was very of the time, I felt like.
Yeah, it was like, I find it that time period, like, sci-fi was trying not to be big sci-fi, but small sci-fi.
It was before, like, the special effects really kind of took over everything, and it wasn't, like, an epic hero's tale.
Yeah.
It was still, like, recovering from 12 Monkeys.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, that's actually kind of a good way to put it, for sure, you know?
Or The Matrix, or, like,
yeah.
leaning towards a dystopia. Even kind of noir. It reminded me a lot of noir.
Well, because it's very, like, overall, it's very dark.
Yeah, like, every choice was the worst choice. Like, there was no, like, mediocre choice. Like, everyone was a game or life changer. So I like that it didn't hold back. Because it would have been funny if he, like, gone back in time to, like, nothing really happened that time.
Right? You're just like, oh, okay.
That had no significant impact whatsoever. But I imagine that's what it would be like if you were going into your own memory to change your past.
Yeah. You know, like today I picked a t-shirt that I wasn't supposed to pick. And in the future, it turns out I like red slushies instead of blue ones. I'm like, oh, that's the change, eh?
That's a livable choice. That's a livable choice. Nobody died.
Yeah. Where compared to this movie, he, like, put on green shoes instead of black shoes, and then his mom dies of cancer. And you're just like, oh, okay, this is how we're gonna go then. Sure. They were pretty... Well, I think the whole situation was extreme, even, like, from the beginning kind of thing, right?
Yeah. I felt like it... Well, I guess they really wanted to sell that impact, like, right at the beginning with, like, I even like how they kind of lure you in under false pretenses of, like, a normal town, kids riding bicycles, a boy playing with a dog. Like, so innocent and so, like, innocuous. You're not prepared. Yeah, you're not prepared for what's going to happen. Yeah. And the title has a butterfly in it.
Yeah, like, what is that going to do? What, blow wind at me? Ooh, right? Yes. Ripple through time, bitches. Ripple through time. Oh my god.
Did you break the swear seal? Are we swearing?
Yeah, we're swearing.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Yes!
Woo! We did it! It's alright, yes.
Swear jar, no more!
That swear jar is overflowing. So it's fine. That's why I just put stuff beside it and around it. It falls all over the floor.
I wouldn't feel right reviewing this movie unless I got to swear.
Yeah, you have to be able to swear when you're talking about this movie because damn. I mean, there's what, incest and and pedophilia. There's
childhood death
and destruction. There's mental instability. There's born again Christianity. There's violent goths. There's hatred of fraternities. There's
bullying. And just, even like sad outcomes for characters that don't necessarily deserve like sad outcomes. Like that's kind of unjustified.
What's the
girlfriend?
Name? Not just the girlfriend, the other friend, Lenny.
Oh yeah,
who ends up getting, who blows up a small child and kills its mother. Then watches a dog burn and ends up mentally unstable. And in another scenario, he like kills this kid, so ends up in a institution strapped to a bed. Like, it's these horrible, horrible things happen to this kid who just gets bullied into doing something he didn't want to do, and then destroys his life and a whole bunch of other people's lives.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's so horrible. And then of course the girlfriend who has a pedophilic father, a psychotic brother, and a mother who's non-existent. And what happens to her? She kills herself in one. She becomes like
a girlfriend in the second one.
Who then, like Ashton Kutcher's character, kills the brother. So he ends up in jail and her life is ruined too. And then the other one, she becomes like, she leaves home early and becomes like a prostitute and her face is all cut up. Mangled and all this kind of horribleness, and it's just, it's so dark. Like, it's so dark.
I thought that like the first loop, can we call them loops? So like the first loop where he goes to visit his old girlfriend and she's working as a waitress, and then he like, I thought that was like the weirdest scene in the world to be like, he's this man on a mission, and he goes to find this girl, and he drives, and even before, like, he hasn't even walked her home from her job, she's gotten off at the diner, he's like, hey, remember that time your dad made us do this video and that really creepy instance? And I was just like, dude, like, have you not seen this woman has already suffered?
Right.
She's like working this crap diner job
Yeah.
where she's getting assaulted all the time by the customers. Like, she is well aware of her own reality. Like, way to come in there, like, right from the get-go and just, like, rub it in your face. Like, hey, you know all the atrocities you've suffered? Let me just remind that of you real quick.
Yeah.
And then I'll be on my way.
Yeah, because I was thinking, I'm like, I'm sorry, if I went back and I found a friend who is obviously in a horrible situation and this is a horrible question I wanted to ask them, I'd be like, maybe I don't need to know that much.
Maybe this can wait.
Yeah, like,
maybe I don't need to know this right now.
Yeah,
like, maybe, like,
maybe we could just renew our friendship first.
Right.
Maybe I could help you out.
Maybe we could go get a coffee. How about that? Like, maybe we could go sit and have a chat and have some coffee. Not be, okay, we're standing on the road now that you've just gotten out of work.
Yeah, we've taken 3 steps after your 12-hour shift. You was accosted by some old man and yelled at by your boss and probably had your paycheck docked because you dropped some food and it wasn't your fault.
Right, yeah.
And you're going home and you just got off the phone with your brother who was probably yelling at you about something.
Because he's a psycho.
And your friend comes by, you're like, I'm just going to have an easy night and just chat with this person I haven't seen in a while that I have good memories of. And then you're just like, hey, remember that one horrible thing that happened to us? Let's chat about that.
Let's talk about that. You just lit your cigarette.
Yeah. You're like, she lit the cigarette. She's ready to talk.
Let's, all the doors, they're off. We're just going straight for the gut right now.
Yep.
It was just so intense. I was just like, wow, this guy has no social awareness at all.
Nope.
He is a bad friend.
He's a very bad friend, though.
He's a very bad friend.
He's a bad friend because, he's like, when he leaves, he says, I'm going to come back for you. And I know he's a kid and everything. But he doesn't, like she says, he doesn't call her. He doesn't come to visit at any point in time because he's at college. He's old enough. He has a car, obviously, because he just hopped in the car and drove over there.
Yeah.
He has some sort of income, so he has money. So he could at least make himself present to her.
Yeah. It's 2004 and he's in college. There's Facebook.
There's, right? Wait, really? That's Facebook?
Yeah. For sure.
2004? All right. But wait, no, 2004, I think it was just in whatever school.
Oh, just colleges? Oh, okay.
No, because remember, it was just a campus thing first, and then it grew to other colleges. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yes. Maybe? I don't know. The thing is, especially timelines with technology right now, I'm so off of it because it feels like everything's been here forever. And you're like, oh, the iPhone's only been around for like 10 years. You're just like, what? Yeah.
What did we do? What did we do?
Yeah, and you can't imagine being without your tablet phone. I'm an Android user. Thank you. For like anything. But when I think about it too, like I've only had a tablet I refused the transition initially. And I had like one of those slide phones. Slide up.
I remember those. I had one of those.
And what was it? I had that for like 5 or 6 years, and I was just like, I'm not switching. Screw that shit. I don't need that stuff.
This isn't technology I want.
Yeah. And then finally I broke the phone, and then I had to get a new phone, and all they had were tablet phones.
Of course.
Like, fine. And then now I can't even think about going back. Imagine like sending text messages on like, you have to press the A 3 times, you have to do C, blah, blah, blah.
What was that? T9? T4?
Yes.
No. Yeah.
But the thing is, I would send paragraph text messages that way.
Oh, yeah, totally. And
Easily.
fully with, like, punctuation and everything.
Everything. It had all their commas.
All the words were fully spelt out.
Correctly spelled. No autocorrect, thank you very much. Yeah, and it was beautiful. But now, oh my God, no. Ugh, that sounds awful. All of it. Ugh. Yes.
I can't dictate my voice message? What?
Can't just record into it? This is a camera as well, people. It does all of the things. There's no calendar in here. Why can't I post something? We've made it. We've made it. Into our horrible cesspool of destruction. It's okay. Just like this movie. Horrible cesspool of destruction. But yeah, no, that kid is not smart, I don't think.
Yeah, he's not smart. He's not a good friend. He's
Mhm.
like super self-centered. Like
He makes it all about himself until the end where he realized it's not about you, dude.
I'm glad he got there though. Like
Mhm.
I'm glad that was ultimately the ending of the theatrical version
Anyways, yes.
because I know that there's a director's version and I feel like the ending may potentially be different.
Ooh, yes, I can look that up. Let's see if I can find something on that.
And the only thing that made me think that it would potentially be different is because you know how when he goes and disrupts the past or disrupts his loop or whatever, and it is in the present moment, and for a moment he's entirely fine, then he has like all the flashbacks and his brain is rewired, and always in those sequences he has like these like a montage of memories, but in the last one it's like a montage of not his memories. It's
I realized that as well because I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, how would he have memories of her growing up and the brother growing up and stuff like that when he's not part of their life? That's the whole point.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wait, what?
Is this her brain that we're seeing change? Like, that's weird to have a peek into somebody else's brain when nobody else has been like, we haven't been. Well, I guess there's one other moment when what?
Sorry, I started laughing because there's a description of the director's cut which is just ridiculous. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. Sorry.
No.
The ending of the director's cut is Evan travels back in time to his mother's womb and strangles himself with the umbilical cord. What?
Oh my god. That's so terrible. How would you have a memory of that though? You wouldn't have a memory of your mother's womb. He didn't journal that shit.
Yeah. Apparently it's said to be the original ending, but because it did poorly with screening audiences, they changed to this theatrical ending, which was them passing each other on the street and being like, oh, okay. And
is that somebody? Oh, whatever. That what made me think of like, oh, this could totally be like the Kite Runner. Or the, like
you know. Or it's like, what is that movie? That In and Out movie where they make the different decisions or whatever.
Sliding Doors?
Oh, Sliding Doors. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Why did I think In and Out? What is In and Out?
Kevin Kline.
Oh,
as a gay man?
Okay. Who doesn't believe he's gay until the end of the movie when you're like, oh, I am gay.
All this time.
Yes. Yeah, sorry, Sliding Doors with Gwyneth Paltrow, yes. Because it's kind of one of those things. Or, what is it, serendipity? Or like, oh, if we're meant to be together, we'll meet each other again. Or she writes her name in the random book.
Yes.
Or something, and he has to find it at some point. Whatever. But yeah, no, that is a stupid ending. I'm glad they changed
himself
it.
in the womb.
In the womb.
How would he access that? That is maddening. He's
got to go back into... Oh yeah, that's right, because he would travel in time by reading his, like, something from the past.
Yeah, of his journals. Yeah.
So there would be no pictures or anything written about him being in the
Unless
womb.
there's, like, an ultrasound.
Yeah, he's like, here's my ultrasound
still image. I'm gonna transport myself there. Kill myself.
No sense, guys.
It's garbage.
No sense whatsoever.
It's right up there with Star Child.
I'm glad I chose to watch the theatrical.
Yeah, I'm so glad we watched the same ending because he would have been so confused.
I'd be like, "What are you talking about? He died in the womb." They're like, "No, but he was walking on the street with her." What?
and they had that montage of not his memories.
Yeah, it's all about a montage.
But they also did that weird montage too with was the friend named Lenny?
Yes.
And so Lenny and the girlfriend also have this weird montage too that really ticked me off as well. Because I was like, why do we see their montage? Like, this isn't their memory? Like,
no, it's because he's around
okay,
right?
so he witnesses it.
He witnesses it.
At least that one makes more sense.
Yeah, because so all of the ones before make sense.
Yeah.
It's just because...
The one at the ending.
Yeah, because you believe that he is around because he's friends with them, he sticks around, whatever.
Right.
So you could see... them being in his memories, fine.
Right.
But that last one, the whole point is that they grow up completely separate.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know them at all. So how could they
Why
be
would
in
he
his
be
memories?
privy to their information?
Yeah, you're seeing like the crazy dude's graduation and he's not crazy anymore. Like what?
You know what that is? That's a privacy issue.
That is a privacy issue. He's just tapping in to these otherworldly places and just taking whatever he wants.
The alternate dimension memories do not belong to him.
Seriously. God, he's so selfish.
Ugh. Ashton.
Ridiculous. Ugh. But with that said, it's really not a bad movie.
No, yeah, I super enjoyed it. Still,
Yeah.
It was like still super compelling and interesting to
Yeah.
watch, and like I'm glad I didn't remember as many of the details as I did because I enjoyed rewatching it. I mean, there were like slight, I would say only minor offenses that are like, yeah, I maybe wouldn't have that line or that word choice.
Yeah.
But that's minor. Like,
yeah. Like there was nothing, well, except for the parts that were meant to be mean and offensive. Like they were in the movie at the time to be mean and offensive.
Right.
There wasn't anything actually overtly or societally derogatory.
Yeah.
You know, that could
or
be...
if anything, they're trying to represent the time that they were in, which is fair. Like, but yeah, it wasn't like weird out of context or out of place. But I know, like, had it been made now, maybe with like a slight tweak. But like, yeah, I was like, oh, this holds up. Like,
yeah, it does. It does. Like one thing about it though, I guess because it's the time period and like production quality and all that kind of stuff. But like to me, I know this is it was a high production movie at the time, but for me, it seems like a early directorial debut out of school kind of level movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's well thought out, but you're like, I could see how this could be better.
Oh yeah, like
Right?
it could have been tightened up a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Even it was really bothering me how like the use of Ashton Kutcher's facial hair to denote the different timelines. It's like, we didn't need that. Like, you could have bypassed that entirely. We don't need. We all know what's happening. We got it.
We get it.
Where we don't need like a different mustache shape. Like,
yeah.
Like I thought that, like those kinds of things just made it silly.
Yeah. Well, there was even, I think the thing is too is Ashton Kutcher is just goofy looking. Like he has that goofy-ish face, right? And no matter what he does, at a certain point, I find he just looks goofy. Because, like, there's a part where he's running down a hallway and he's gonna break into an office or whatever. And I just started laughing because I was just like, I know you're trying to be serious. I know that's your serious face, but God, you look ridiculous. You know, that's all I was thinking. I'm like, but the thing is, he didn't do a bad job.
No.
It was just, I'm like, that's just your face. You can't do anything about your face. I can't do anything about my face.
You are just a comedic actor no matter what.
Well, yeah, you know, some people just have that expression, you know.
Yeah.
Some actors are really good at playing the devil. Other actors are really good at playing the screwball. And other actors, you know, they look sincere. Like the guy who plays Littlefinger. Anytime I see him anywhere, I'm like, he's doing something wrong. But that's just his face. He's probably a lovely man. But that's his face. I don't know. Yeah, it just happens.
I like I don't know if you saw in the before the opening credits when they have like the rating, it said rated R, and it said for, what did it say, for like sexual scenes, language, and brief drug use. Brief drug use.
Wait, there's drug use in this movie? I didn't remember there being drug use in this movie.
Well, it's because it's so brief. It's because...
Oh, is it because she, like, when they go into the apartment and she, like, covers her heroin?
Yes!
It's a millisecond!
But I'm like, it's already R. Who cares how much drug use there is?
Yeah.
Have all the drug use. Like, just be a...
It's an R-rated movie.
Just
all drugs.
All the drugs.
Yeah.
Like, you already have, like, like some, basically, like, a child porn scene. Like, why not just, like, yeah, and drugs are here, too. Like, this is also something that exists in this world.
This world, yes. We also blew up a baby. But hey,
yes,
it's
right?
fine.
Like, other major atrocities have happened. Mm-hmm. But I just thought it was so funny that the restricting, you had to, like, specifically point, you didn't mention, like, babies die.
Yeah.
I would appreciate that warning.
I need that warning.
I need that warning, but, like, brief drug use.
Yeah, until you said it, I was like, there's drugs in this movie?
I guess they're smoking quite a bit, but...
Do they smoke?
Yeah.
Oh yes, the kids smoke in the basement because they're
they're
cool
kids.
teens.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the part that especially reminded me of Stephen King.
Yeah, he does put kids in weird places.
Yeah.
But that's like, it's full on like Stand By Me. Like,
Oh yeah. Or like It. Even yeah.
So, oh my god, yeah. Maybe it was like this guy was like doing like an homage to all of the people that
I feel like he was. Like, I feel like this was like, it was trying to be like more than one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that's what gives it the spirit of like somebody just at a film school and they're like identifying all their film heroes and they're trying to like do all of those things. And it did feel like that a little bit.
But they didn't, what was good about it is that they didn't overdo it. Like, it wasn't, like, it was clearly homages to things, but it wasn't like super blatant. Like,
oh yeah,
this is the Stephen King shot.
Right.
It's more like, if you watch lots of Stephen King movies, you'll figure this
you'll recognize
out,
this.
you know?
Yeah.
So it's it was good that way.
Yeah.
And like, even the kids in the movie acted really well, and then the adult versions of themselves acted really well. And I don't think there's nobody bad in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, nobody did a bad job.
No.
So,
I mean, the cast was quite limited too. If you think about it, it was really just like the 4 kids,
and
who
kind of did the same thing over and over and over again.
And the mom, and then them as adults.
Yes.
So and then that one scene with the dad.
Yeah, which was pretty like brief.
Yeah.
I have some very weird notes in here. I have lines like, "Is that Anakin Skywalker? That got really creepy. That kid's a psycho."
That must have been at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
With all the kid stuff.
Yeah, because that kid who plays the crazy
brother?
kid's kid. Yeah, the brother. I swear that was the kid who played Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, really?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
I'd have to look it up, but I don't think it is. But I just think he looks a lot like him.
He does. He has that like look to him. The little round face and the little blonde bowl cut.
Totally punchable. For sure.
Looks like he's gonna be a terrible father.
Oh yeah. He's gonna grow like one of those like dirty mustaches. You know what I mean? What was that character's name? Tommy, yeah. Tommy at 13, Tommy at 7 was Cameron Bright. Oh, he gets worse looking. Well, he was in Birth, apparently, and Thank You for Smoking, and Running Scared, and in the X-Men movies. Yeah, he's the kid who played in X-Men The Last Stand, the 3rd movie, who had, like, his power was he stopped mutant powers.
Oh, okay.
He was the kid.
Oh, okay.
And I think he was also the kid in that really, really horrible Mila Jovovich movie, which is a lot of them. I did that real subtly.
Fifth Element.
Ultraviolet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's
terrible.
that kid in Ultraviolet. Yeah,
terrible.
he's that kid. Okay. Yeah, no wonder he makes me uncomfortable, because he always played a creepy kid in everything. Yes.
He got the creepy kid money.
He made it work for him, I gotta say that. He was in Juno. He was in a movie called Normal as well, so hopefully he was normal. I got nothing. He was in Twilight.
Oh, hey.
Movies I never watched, so I try not to badmouth.
What? You've never seen Twilight?
Look, I will sit through a lot of garbage, but there are certain lines I will not cross. And I'm not calling Twilight garbage because I cannot officially say it's garbage because I haven't watched it. But again, there's certain garbage lines I won't cross. Just saying.
I think somebody in Can't Hardly Wait is in the Twilight movies, isn't he?
I wouldn't be surprised.
The jock dude?
Yeah, the jock. I think he is. Yeah.
I think so.
Too bad for him.
And isn't like what's his name? Isn't he the new Batman? The Twilight dude?
Yeah.
Shiny sparkles.
Which one is he?
Sparkles
is he,
McFace.
Is he Jacob? No, he's the other guy.
I don't know.
They
Sparkly
have
one.
names. He played
Not Kristen Stewart.
No. Vampire Sparkly Dude. Yeah, we know who we're talking
Vampire
about.
Sparkly Dude, aka Batman.
AKA Batman. When I heard that, I was just like,
Ew.
are you kidding me?
Ew.
The thing is he is not a bad actor. He isn't. But
Batman.
Like, come on.
Batman.
Come on.
Come on.
Jeez. Like, it hurts my heart.
That's a disappointment.
It really is.
Christian Bale was already super disappointing. Val Kilmer, super disappointing.
No, Christian Bale did. I mean, he needed a cough
I
drop
had
the
more
whole
of a problem
time.
with Christopher Nolan than Christian Bale,
Yeah.
but it was just so dark. It was just like, nah, it wasn't my Batman.
Well, because, we're at a point where, despite the need for a great suspension of disbelief because it's a superhero movie, there is for some asshole reason, everybody thinks there needs to be a level of realism in these movies. And I'm like, look, you're already ignoring physics and security systems and how vehicles work and, you know, the actual, like, body capacity of what people can do and how much money a person can have and do things, how society functions. You've already ignored all of these things no matter what you do, right? So adding a level of quote-unquote realism isn't necessary.
Yeah,
okay?
No.
We just want a fun story of a dude in a cape punching a clown and going home.
Yeah.
That's all we need, right? Like, the campiness of, oh my god, Tim Burton was the perfect balance of, like, overly darkness and just being super tongue-in-cheek.
Oh, yeah. It was very silly. It was still, like, very camp, like, very whimsical.
It knew what it was.
Yeah.
It knew exactly what it was.
It still delighted, and it was still very, I don't know. I'm very happy that I got to pick my Batman path. Mm-hmm. So, like, instead of Christopher Nolan, I was like, no, I'm going full on Lego with this. And, and that's been a wonderful journey for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know. Like, I actually enjoyed the Lego Batman movie less than I thought it would.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Did you like the Lego movies, though?
I did like the Lego movie.
Yeah.
There was a second
Batman's
movie,
quite a big part of both of them.
Yeah. I did not watch the second movie.
Oh, it's very good.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Excellent.
I would not be surprised, but I haven't watched it yet. I was actually talking to somebody about the amount of content there is out there these days. And I literally just don't have time. Like, I will sit in front of the TV for all weekend, and I will come home right after work and watch TV all night, and I cannot catch up on content.
Oh, I know.
There's always something that I've missed, or something that people are talking about that I haven't heard of, or whatever. And then I do it too. Like, I'll say, hey, have you watched this? And people are just like,
nope.
What is that? Tell me about it. Ooh, I have to add that to my list. And then 6 years from now, they'll be like, oh my god, did you watch that? So I'm like, I told you about that show. We've done this back and forth already. But did you like it? Like, oh my god, it was so good!
Batman!
So yeah, I mean, I only watched the Teen Titans Go movie like a week ago.
Oh, right.
Finally.
Yeah, so good.
Loved it. Loved it. It, like, I don't know. I understand the fanboys who get mad about Teen Titans Go in general.
Oh, yeah?
Because, the original, quote-unquote, original Teen Titans TV show was a really good show.
Yeah.
That got canceled and stuff. But this one went full kid, full goofy, full silly and stuff. But it is so, like, it's one of those shows that seems ridiculous on the level because it's made for kids. But when you actually watch it, it is so highbrow. It's ridiculous.
Well, like, the kids don't get the jokes. Like,
they don't get the joke. They see things, colors, and splashing things, and things falling down, and they laugh their ass off.
Yeah.
But if you actually listen to the show and the actual content of the show, it is ridiculously highbrow for adults.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
even in this movie, I love, like, there's that moment where they have, like, a Michael Bolton song layered on top of, like, a really crazy montage of, like, a time-changing sequence with, like, Back to the Future references on top of that.
And Lisa Frank.
And Lisa Frank. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
there's no kid today who knows what Lisa Frank is. There's no kid.
Like, there's just so many, like I could try to, like, stop and, like, pause the movie and explain it to my 8-year-old, but, like, she just wants to watch movies. She doesn't care about, like, what's informing it.
She's like, it's a tiger singing
It's
a song.
funny.
I get it.
There's fire.
I love it. You're just like, but it's Michael Bolton as a Lisa Frank tiger while they're going back to the future. Don't you understand the layers? They're just like, no, let me watch my goddamn movie.
Shut up, Mom.
Yeah, oh my god. Like, I have tried to explain the quality of that show to people, and they just refuse to understand me and why things are funny. Like, there was a whole episode where they get stuck on an island, and they don't just make Gilligan's Island references, which are absolutely beautiful, but they make all kinds of other references that you're just like, that's inappropriate. That's hilarious. We need more of this. Thank you. Like, it's just so funny.
Yeah, and the rapid pace is like, it's just one joke after another. Like,
snap,
it's so
snap,
fast.
snap. Yeah.
Like, you can miss them sometimes the first time, like, because you're laughing so hard. You're like, wait, I just missed 4 more jokes. Like,
yeah. And and most of it has to do with, like, their dialogue. Like, it's a lot of very quick dialogue, and you just love it. You just love it. And
but it still has the physical comedy on top of that,
like, as well. Yeah, that makes it work, you know?
All the poop references.
Oh, there's so many poop references. Yes, and pizza and burrito references.
Yeah. Waffles.
Like, waffles. Ugh, day and night. But yes. Sorry, we were talking about Batman.
I think we're done with Batman.
Wait. So Butterfly Bat?
Butterfly Bat.
That's where we were.
B.
Gotcha. I don't know how we got all the way to Teen Titans Go. My goodness. Yeah, I watched too many animated movies still as an adult, but it's fine. Yeah, I love it. I just like animated. I'm going off topic
so
again.
Good.
Sorry.
They're so good.
There's
Go
so
see
much.
Secret Lives of Pets 2. You're gonna love it.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet either.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yes, I gotta see that one. Okay. I gotta get around to it. No, I've just been watching a lot of cartoons on TV. A lot of Steven Universe and Star vs. Force of Evil, and I can't stop watching the reruns of Gravity Falls and I don't know. I don't like the new Marvel cartoons. They're kind of awful. And the DC cartoons are meh. They've always been kind of meh. No, that's a lie. There was
Joker.
There was definitely, like, you know, like the Batman stuff that was really good. There's a lot of Batman series that were really good, and they keep messing with them.
I know, yeah.
There was, like, the animated series Batman Brave and the Bold I really liked, but that one did not last at all. Batman Beyond was really ugly, but I still liked it. Like, the animation style was ugly.
Yeah.
And what else was there? There was the new Batman. Was it the new Batman? I don't know. There's a couple of them that I was like, ugh, the show sucks.
Oh, I have an important question for you.
Yes.
What Batman are you?
What Batman am I? Well, if you listen to any of the Batman episodes.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. So I realized while going through those Batman episodes, I always thought I was full on like the like Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Oh.
It is the Batman from the animated series, right? Is like my quintessential Batman.
Yeah.
But the thing is when somebody says Batman to me, I think Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Then I think of
animated
the animated Batman.
series.
But when I talk about the actual Batman character, it's always the animated series Batman that I'm talking about. You know, and that Kevin Conroy voice, I can pick it out of anywhere. I'd be like, there he is, fucking Batman. It's great. Yeah. There's this, so it's a combination of those two Batmans, but it's more the animated series than anything else.
I'm not too surprised, honestly.
Yeah.
I would have picked, like, had I guessed, I probably would have guessed in that realm.
Yeah. But I think they were the best Batman. Like, I like Adam West and everything, but it's a little too far camp for my liking and a little too goofy, you know?
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, I'm sorry, George Clooney and Val Kilmer, they were, Val Kilmer was very pretty and everything. And George Clooney had the look. They just had some really shitty movies.
Yes.
And everything was just bad. I'm sorry, I can't be on their side. I can't. And Christopher Nolan's Batman with Christian Bale, just too fucking serious.
Oh yeah,
just
cranky.
Just relax. Take a chill pill. Stop being so damn grumpy all the time.
Eat some fiber.
Yeah. And then we're at Batfleck, and I'm like, ugh,
the worst. The worst.
So yeah. No, I think that was an easy choice.
Nice.
So okay, sorry. Butterfly effect. We keep getting distracted. I wonder why.
Well, bats and butterflies, very related.
They are actually. They're things...
The largest population of bats is in Sao Paulo, which is in Brazil, which is currently on fire.
No. Bart Simpson once said to me, "Nobody ever suspects the butterflies." So I'm just gonna go with that one.
Oh, you know that quote that they have at the beginning of the movie about like some like Confucius like.
Oh wait, yes.
Like
no, I thought I wrote it down. I didn't.
It's something like. It's like one of those things that you have to ponder on about like. The effects of a butterfly's wings can be felt around the world into a typhoon.
Yeah.
And then I always, I don't know why, but whenever I see that quote, just like in inspirational posters or whatever, I always think about the opposite. I'm like, oh, is it the typhoons around the world that make the butterflies fly? No.
Oh, imagine. Yeah, it's like, no, the butterflies aren't flying and then causing a typhoon. The typhoon is happening and the butterfly
makes
is
the
flying
butterflies
away
fly.
from it, you know?
Yes. So it's really the typhoon effect.
It is the typhoon effect. I prefer it that way.
Yeah,
personally.
me too. It's more realistic.
Yeah.
It's very pragmatic.
It is, you know. But is that considered to be like one of those optimist pessimist things, like half full, glass half full, glass half empty? Like,
yeah.
You know, glass half empty would be the butterfly effect, you know, butterfly flapping and you're just thinking about death on the other side. But glass half full, well, maybe it's really not the typhoon. It's not the butterfly, it's a typhoon helping the butterfly. So it's something beautiful coming out of something horrible. Yeah.
I think it's a lovely fart analogy.
There's my typhoon. It's fine, yes.
Typhoon from my ass. No.
We're adults, people. We're adults. Mm-hmm. We have control of our futures. Ooh. Fart joke. Done. I like this. I actually think that was the first fart joke on this podcast so far.
I broke the fart seal.
We've done it. It happens. This is a great.
This is how I saved the world.
No. It took a year and a month for this to happen, but we made it. We've done it.
I thank Teen Titans personally for like the poop reference, and then it's a natural doorway.
It's a natural doorway. What? Indeed. So butterfly effect.
Butterfly.
Well, I mean, I think we covered a lot.
We covered a lot of it.
Yeah.
So is it time travel or is it like mental time travel? Like that's always one thing that I was kind of wondering. Like, what is his power exactly? He can displace himself, his current memory, into his formal vessel. So it's like traveling time and space. And kind of swapping brains.
Well, technically, he's not traveling time and space. Technically, it's just his...
He's traveling within his mind?
His like, soul or his essence is transported from his current body into a younger version of himself, which then affects the past, which then affects now, if you understand
present,
what I mean.
Yeah. I like that. If anything, it helped bring audience. I feel like it was such a successful movie for the time that it really kind of pushed forward the convention of like time traveling stories because I love Back to the Future. Don't get me wrong, but like there's a lot of like simplicity in that movie in terms of like how the concept of time travel was working and like I get it was one of the early stories that did that, but yeah, I like that this one was like a little bit more sophisticated in its treatment of like.
Well, even too before that, like a lot of basic time travel movies were considered to be like nerdy.
Oh yeah,
You know,
like
like
it's very
it's-
sci-fi.
Yeah, like it's a sci-fi thing, and you got to be a dork to like.
Like
sci-fi.
it was in like books. Like if you
Yeah.
read like a lot of sci-fi, it was very, and even comic books. Like it was like all over comic books, but it wasn't like huge in movies yet.
Yes, yeah, and like this is it's a high concept, low execution style.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Like it wasn't a lot of special effects. It was pretty simply done. Like there were minimal like locations and minimal like
Yeah. Well, I think that's also why it appealed to more people, because it wasn't like pew pew spaceships, go back here. There's a machine we have to describe to people. Blah blah blah. It's just him reading books all the time, like his notes, and then something happens.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a lot easier for people to take.
To follow.
Yeah. I actually, one thing I do remember from this movie is when we watched it in the theater, I remember there being a lot of like younger girls in the theater, because they're like, oh, it's Ashton Kutcher, we're gonna go see them. And like they're watching this movie and like their hands are over their mouth and they're just shocked. They're like, oh, what is
especially like when he blew up his like hands and legs. Like
yeah,
that was like a very traumatic part for the audience.
Yes.
Remember that.
Yes, I do remember that very clearly. I mean, like, oh my god,
people are losing their minds right now.
They're like, I thought this was an Ashton Kutcher movie.
They were not expecting. Where's my car? Where's my car?
Like, did you not watch a trailer for this? Like, I mean, I know it's 2004 and everything, but they still got trailers on TV.
Yeah, like it was pretty obviously like a horror. Like it was kind of advertised as a horror movie. Like
almost, yeah. Like, but it's not even really like horrible things happen. But it's not really a horror movie. But it was clear that it was dark content.
Yeah, it's dark content for sure. Like it was definitely like. Yeah, like it was like 12 Monkeys, and well, for me anyways, like it was already kind of feeling that way to me, but I guess like if we already knew about that, then
so
of course that would inform what you thought it felt like.
Exactly, you know, or like most kids who were Ashton Kutcher fans at the time would not have watched a movie like that.
Right.
So, well, I guess that's probably a good place to switch to Can't Hardly Wait.
What? I can't hardly wait. I couldn't wait to talk about this movie.
Like we were saying earlier, we fucking love this movie. This movie is great. It came out in 1998 and has every teenage person that was anybody at that point in time in it.
Yeah.
And it is awesome.
Should we just do a roll call of like actors that we can name in this movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Ethan Embry, obvious.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I like to pronounce it Hewitt. There's Jason Segel or Jason Segel. Wait,
Jason Segel.
Yes. Yeah.
There's Lauren Ambrose.
There's Selma Blair.
Seth Green.
Jenna Elfman.
Donald Faison.
I lose. There's so many. Oh wait, one of the My Secret Identity twins. the drunk...
Jerry O'Connell?
Yeah.
Jerry O'Connell. I love Jelly. Oh, Kelly Priestley's in it as well.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah. And the jock guy that's in Twilight.
The jock guy that's in Twilight. What is his name?
So many actors.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, everybody in this, like, most of the people in this movie went on and did bigger things or stayed relevant.
Oh yeah.
Like after, you know, and even if you don't know all of their names, you will recognize all of their faces.
Yeah, like the woman that plays Denise, Ambrose, she is like in a million TV shows. I feel like every time I turn on the TV, I was like, oh, there she is again.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, she was in 6 Feet Under is like her biggest thing after that.
Yeah.
Actually, quite a few people from 6 Feet Under is in this movie. Because there is, I had to look up his name. There's Freddie Rodriguez.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he's the guy who he's one of the Undertakers in the show. And then there was the guy, Mike Balfour, who plays like the boyfriend who she like puts the foot in his locker or whatever. He's in it as well. And it's just like, why is half the cast of 6 Feet Under in this movie? What is going on?
I also like that the band that is playing at the party is just like mostly like Seth Green's friends that like does Robot Chicken now.
Yeah. Love Burger. Oh,
yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I want one of those t-shirts.
Yeah, me too. I'd buy that t-shirt.
I would love to have one of those t-shirts. And I want to hear them play. That's all.
Right. We just want to hear them play.
I want the cowboy hat too. I gotta have one
You're
of those.
the drummer then.
I'm the drummer. I'm Donald Faison. I'm okay with it. I'm just fine with all of that. But yeah, there's so many faces in it. Oh, Melissa Joan Hart.
Melissa Joan Hart. Yes.
She was in there too. Clea Duvall. Who's Clea Duvall? She was one of those people that I recognized her face. But
she was very like, she's a very angular face and like, what is she in? Was she in the...
No, I feel like she's the girl who is cutting the rings of like the beer cans.
Yeah, she's the one about the environmentalist.
Yes, I think that's her. Selma Blair, Sarah.
Oh,
Behl.
and she is actually the reason why this movie passes the Bechdel test. I feel like that conversation that she has when she's cutting this stupid, because isn't she talking to another woman at the time? She's talking about like, or she's talking about,
but Jennifer Love Hewitt is asking who
who Preston is.
Yeah, so that doesn't. I don't think that counts.
But then her answer,
has nothing to do with him. That is true.
But wait a minute, there's another scene.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, where the friend is sitting on the couch and another girl asks her if she goes to the school. And I'm like, pass the Bechdel test!
She goes to our school. I told you so. Yes, that is right.
I was so happy that scene was in there just for that reason. I was like, yes!
We did it!
There's 2 women!
Well, no, there's also the part where Jennifer Love Hewitt and Melissa Joan Hart is trying to get her to sign the yearbook. She doesn't talk about boys there.
Oh, that's
she's
true.
She's like, can you just sign my yearbook? And she's oh no, because Jennifer Love starts flipping through.
Yeah, she's looking for Preston.
That doesn't count either. Damn it! This is hard.
Well, the movie is primarily about relationships, right? Like it's
true.
It's all about like that quest for relationships and like.
Well, it's about platonic and love relationships, right?
Yeah, and I have to say, Ethan Embry, kind of like Ashton Kutcher, is a terrible friend.
He really is.
He is so self-indulgent in himself. Like, I was even, like, rewatching it, was, like, a little bit angry that at the beginning, he had such a long sequence at the beginning with him talking direct, like he's soliloquying about Jennifer Love Hewitt for so long, and it's so uninterrupted, it's so one-sided, and I'm just like, this is a little unfair. Like,
but is it horrible that I love that scene?
Well, it's funny, like the Pop-Tart, and like I like that like it gets debunked later in the movie. Like it's like she calls him on his shit, and he's like, no, actually, did you even consider about me? And I'm like a human. And like I'm feeling things, and so like I like that he sets up his reality, and it's that, and then it gets torn down a little bit. So I do like that.
One thing I found interesting about it too is that like he's saying that he's not like the other guys and whatever, but like his whole intro to her was just like, she's a pretty girl, I'm going to love her.
Yeah, we have a bond over Pop-Tarts, and I saw her first.
But what's good about it, I mean, like, obviously it takes 4 years for this to actually have this party to happen.
Right, yeah.
So he's been around her, he's seen her, he's written this letter to her several times, and what's good, what it turns out to be is that he actually paid attention and actually knows her and actually still likes her. That was the whole point, right?
Yeah.
So that part's at least good, but like he keeps
but
trying
like
to
he
pretend.
comes to the party with his friend. He's only talking about himself the entire time.
And she's like, I don't want to be here. Why did you talk me into coming here? He's like, I'm going to leave you alone now. Are you going to be okay? And she's like, fine.
And not only that, like, can you get your own way home? I'm like, you brought her here.
Yeah.
Like, you're ditching. Your friend is going to get roofied at this party. Do you want that? You're a shitty friend.
You're a shitty friend. Indeed. Oh my God. You have to make sure people can get home. What the hell?
If you come with your friend, just make sure your friend is good.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. That's how it should be.
I mean, yeah, that part like just irked me a little bit. Like, are they even really friends? Like, she just tolerates. Was she just bored?
Well, they dated each other for a week in 6th grade.
That's true. Like, I don't know. This woman needs some therapy because she's just clinging on to these childhood relationships in like weird ways.
Yeah, like, shitty friend, indeed.
Well, yeah, she just deserved better, I thought. Like, and even at the end, like, when they're kind of debriefing on, like, how their night had transpired, he's just jabbing her the whole time about, like, hooking up with Seth Green. And I'm like, hello, she just witnessed you, like, lament over this person for 4 years. I'm sure she wasn't throwing the sass at you. like tit for tat.
She threw him quite a bit of sass in the car on the way to the party. Instead.
Oh, he deserved it.
Oh, he deserved it. I agree. Because he probably went on like that for the whole 4 years.
The whole time. Like,
oh my God, I saw this girl in class today. She's so beautiful. The next day, did you see her again? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah,
like,
whatever.
Did we live that way in high school? I don't think we were, like, constantly, fixated.
But we were also considered fringe kids.
Yeah, like if we were the people in this movie, we were for sure the X-Filers.
Like, oh, for sure. One of my notes in here, I'm like, 2 X-Files t-shirts? What? Yeah, we were totally like the X-Filers. Like, we would show up, but just be on the outside to observe.
We were doing whatever the hell we wanted. We didn't care. We didn't care.
Yeah. Who needs to drink at a party? Drink in a park, bitches. Get over it. Oh, yes.
We're just doing whatever we want.
I know. We really were the fringe people. That was weird. But the funny thing is like, well, I guess we went to a really small school too. Yeah. But everybody knew us by name and everybody was really nice. And we got invited to stuff. We just didn't go because we were just like, fuck that shit. You know?
That's not what I want to do.
Yeah. Like we were Lauren Ambrose. We were Denise. Who like, why would you want to go to this and be tortured? But we didn't have an Ethan Embry to be like, oh, come on.
I'm lamenting over this girl. She could be there.
You
like, no, we didn't do that. We didn't tolerate that.
Oh, God.
We'll be over here doing our own thing. Yeah. Thanks, bye.
Bye. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be good.
And I think those are kind of like my favorite, in an odd way, like some of my favorite, like they are like those people that are just like, those people at the party kind of doing their own thing are my favorite part about this movie, right? Yeah. Like, the kids eating the watermelon and they're having a good time. They're just doing their own thing. Like, the stoner kids, like, they're just doing their own thing. Yeah, they're having a good time.
They're not sitting there worrying about gossiping and they're like, oh my God, did you see her? They broke up. And, oh my God, did you do this? Blah, blah, blah. Well, school is over. Thank you. Like, because they don't care. They're just like, I just want to do what I want to do and have a good time doing that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So
I like those peripheral people, like for some reason, like more than the main people in that movie. Yeah. Because like those are like the I guess relatable moments, right? You're like, oh, I gotta know somebody, or I could totally identify with how that person's feeling. Or like, I would be that person at this party.
Yeah,
because
like, I think what's great about quite a few of these teen movies, especially like the good teen movies, is that there is a character that everybody could identify with, and not necessarily the main characters. Yeah. Like us, we identify with the peripheral people, right? The people on the outside. But there are people who are in school who identify with the jock characters, not necessarily the asshole who breaks up with his girlfriend on last day of school just so he can lay chicks in college, right? But maybe the other friends who are just like, I just want to have a good time with my girl, you know, right? Or whatever. I did sports in high school, you know, Steve Holt, like it's it's fine. And then there's the kids who were like the band geeks, and there was the guy who got all the awards and stuff. Like, you can just, everybody is represented in this movie in some way, and you're just like, that's me.
There we are.
You're like, oh my God, that's totally me and my friends in high school. There we were.
I even like the opening sequence. They kind of do that in a weird way with the titles. Yes. With like the people, they're showing the gowns and like the different shoes and the graduating ceremony. And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes it like a very like real high school experience.
Yeah.
Like,
things I noticed in that scene include Game Boys, Doc Martens, chunky heels, chokers, pixie haircuts, and of course, the soundtrack. There's so much Smash
Oh
Mouth in
my
this
gosh,
movie.
there's two Smash Mouth songs.
Yes.
A Blink-182 song, and then Yazoo at the end. I'm like, where did they get Yazoo from? I was like, oh, that's like
beautiful.
I mean, I love that
There's
song.
also the Massive Attack song that's in there as well.
Yeah. Oh, is that the one that 6 Underground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me right back.
I was like,
oh
this is my jam.
Yeah. It was so good. Well, this came out in 98. This is also the year we graduated from high school. Yeah. But living in Canada, it was also the last year they had OAC. Second to last year, they had OAC, so we had to come back. But technically, we graduated in 1998. So we were exactly where these kids were at that time. And according to the movie, because it takes place on Barry Manilow's birthday, it happened on June 17th.
Oh.
1998.
Oh.
So I don't remember what day we graduated on, but yes.
So it's probably around there.
It was probably around there. So it's like perfect timing. And I think maybe that's also why we
it's very identifiable to us. Yeah,
like,
it's like
those they really are.
I felt it. Like that polyester shirt, I wore that.
Yeah,
like
those chunky shoes, I wore the shit out of some of those chunky shoes.
Oh my gosh, so many chunky shoes. Those butterfly clips, I'm wearing one in my hair right now. Like
I had one of those velvet chokers with like the hearts hanging off of it. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. And like we all had like those super big pants with like the short t-shirt.
Oh, the crop top. Yes. The baby doll t-shirts.
Oh, mine weren't that short.
Well, I know, but like
me and my body.
Some people wore it like that. Not everybody did.
Yes, but we also went to Catholic high school too, which kind of made a little different. Yeah, that's right. Picture us in kilts and white shirts.
So cute.
So cute. But we had our dress down days where people came out in droves or just like to the nines.
I for sure had like a hemp choker going on, but like
had all of it.
All of it, like the chunky crosses, like
you couldn't get away from it. That was
what the world was at the time.
This is what they wanted, and this is what we gave them. It's all out there. Teen angst, big pants, chokers, or like they had those knee-long dresses with like the spaghetti scraps that you wear like the t-shirt under.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you had to wear one. And you had to wear those with Dockers for sure. Or Doc Martens, whichever way you want to put it. And oh my god, the fashion. I had so many overalls. So many overalls. But like when I wore my overalls, I was like, I mean, I know I was the black kid in general, but when I wore overalls, I was like the black kid, So like they were oversized overalls, and I'd wear it with like either like a big t-shirt or a tube top underneath. Ooh, remember?
Yes.
Scandal. And I was like, I was gangsta. Ooh, gangsta. It was a thing. It was a thing. So yeah. I mean, when we went to school, there wasn't in our grade. There was like 5 black kids.
Yeah, there was very few. And there was also just generally very few of us. Like there was what, 30 or something.
Oh, in our graduating class there was, I think it was 80.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. 80? Yes, I think it was 80. I think that's what it was. Which was still extremely small.
Very small,
for a high school.
I've just wiped half of them from my memory. It's fine.
They don't need room in your head. It's okay.
That was my future self.
Yeah. They're just like, and we're done. There you go.
We don't need to remember half of these people.
No. Not at all. Not at all. I don't think anybody remembers at least half of their high school life. Because half of your high school life is horrendous and it's horrible and soul destroying. Yeah. And the other half, you're just like,
But for some reason, like, I think another thing why this movie is so relatable or just kind of like resonates like very closely, it's because it's like ultimately like not very much happens in the movie, right? Like even the party, it's not like a crazy party. Like the biggest moment in the party is when like some guy's doing a karaoke essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
And like it's not a lot happened. Like it wasn't like super exciting. And like you were just kind of up all hours of the night, and then it was like all pretty even keel, like
Yeah.
nothing too extreme ever like
Happens.
happened. Nobody got like overly drunk,
Yeah.
and it was all like, yeah, we all just got it.
Yeah, we were hung out at a house and drank some beers. So
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of like oddly like very relatable to our high school experience, anyways.
Yeah.
Where it was just like, yeah, it was like,
Yeah,
we
nothing
could do
was
this.
ever as epic as you thought it was going to be.
Nobody got like alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
No one needed to call 911.
Yeah.
Like
I've gone to like office Christmas parties that are more scandalous than what happened in this movie.
Absolutely, yeah.
I went to a Christmas party once where somebody fell down a stairs, some guy got arrested and kicked out a police car door, some guy got sent to a hospital for alcohol poisoning.
Yes.
There was a whole thing. And then everybody showed up drunk to work the next day because they slept for like an hour and a half and just came to work. Like, this is what happens when you have an office party on a Thursday. It's
like
stupid.
even like the last event I had to host at work, it was like I remember like someone was trying to steal like our bouquet of balloons, and I had to like wrestle it away from somebody. What? Which is like more exciting.
Yeah.
They're like, what was usually?
What were they gonna do with this bouquet?
What were they gonna do with our balloon bouquet? It was $100 bouquet of balloons. What are they gonna do with it? They can't just take. I could see you running away with my balloons.
Like, we can find the whole point of those balloons is we can find you in a crowd. Like,
yes. It's to denote our entrance. Just give me my balloons back. But it was just.
But I don't understand who wants to steal a bouquet of balloons. Are they going from your event to like a kid's birthday party?
I wouldn't think so. It was very late at night.
Oh, God. You don't know. It could be Damien, the son of the devil.
Okay, fine, whatever. That kid needs stolen balloons.
Yeah. Well, it would have to be stolen. He is the Antichrist after all.
He doesn't have money to buy balloons. I think the evilest person would have all the money.
That's true. It'd just be there for him.
Obviously.
Yeah. Or maybe that's his influence, like darkening the heart of people so that they do things like steal joy from other people, which is balloons are joyful.
They are joyful.
They are.
It was a significant moment,
Mm-hmm.
but like more so than like most of our high school parties. So
Yeah, no, it's so true. It's so true. Oh my God. A lot of our high school parties involved us sitting on couches while someone plays music a little too loud, and we're just like, yeah, that's cool. Mm-hmm.
like I remember the most scandalous thing was like somebody mentioned streaking one time, and I don't know if it ever happened because I think I went home, but I was just like, yeah, well, they talked about doing something.
Maybe it happened. Maybe it
I don't know.
I mean, I've been to parties where streaking happened. Wasn't that impressed?
But like not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like in perspective.
In perspective.
Yeah.
In perspective, yes.
The grand scheme, not a deal breaker.
I agree. I completely agree.
So I did appreciate that it was like it represented that. Like even like the most scandalous things that Preston drives around at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And makes
he
this
meets
call.
a stripper in
and
an
he meets
angel
a stripper.
outfit. Oh.
Yeah, like totally like innocuous.
And
like
she tells him a story about Scott Baio. It's fine.
I also kind of appreciate how oblivious he is to her. He's like so outraged that she would dare hang up the phone on him. I'm like, this is a woman in crisis. Like, clearly she's had a life experience.
Yeah.
Like, you really want to challenge that right now?
I mean, she even says that. She's like, you're having a bad day. You want to know what a bad day is? Well, and he's like, but I want to talk to Barry Manilow because I think, Mandy's in love with me. You're like, really? You think so? Do you think so? But yeah, no, he is very. I don't know. I can't help but like him though. Like,
I think it's
one
like
of those characters.
like he's growing. Like it's indication like he's about to emerge into the world, and like it's a very particular stage in time that's kind of I think recognizable for a lot of people. Like you didn't really know, but you have kind of pseudo responsibilities or like you have some privileges that you could be doing things.
But that's the point. Like when you graduate from high school, that's the point in time where you take official control, quote unquote, of your life, right? Because you've decided to go to college or not, And when in college, you have to decide on a career, you know, your path for the future. You're over the age of 18. You have to take responsibility for yourself. And then you have to, like, put yourself out there. Like, that's just a whole tough thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
In general, right?
It's a big moment.
So, like, the fact that he already has an idea. He wants to be a writer, and he's going to go to this writing course with Kurt Vonnegut, and, you know, he's going to do something with himself, which is awesome. But at the same time, he's at this point where he's like, I'm still hung up on this girl at home, you know, blah, blah, blah. And if I don't get it out, then who knows what's going to happen with my life. I mean, I get it. Teenagers are self-centered. Like, they're... Like, I know I was. Everything in the world was about me, and it affected me, and everything was wrong with me, you know? Whereas everybody's just like, nobody cares. Like, that's what you realize after you've come out of that, you know, that teen angst
that
stage.
cyclone, yeah.
You're just like, oh yeah, nobody does care. I don't even care. And then you just get on with doing whatever. It happens. I'm letting you into my psyche now. That's the whole thing. Yes. I enjoy watching this movie, but apparently it brings out a lot of emotion.
Well, it's just like, it's very identifiable. You're like, yep, I totally remember that.
Yeah. It's the same time period. It's the same thing we went through. It's perfect timing for, like, us. Yeah. So it's just like, I understand all of this. This was the music I listened to. That's what I wore.
Well, I don't think we voluntarily listened to Smash Mouth. It was just on.
It was
everywhere. Like, even if I didn't have a Smash Mouth CD. Like, I never purchased any Smash Mouth anything, but I know all the words
to all the songs. Yes. And the worst part. Oh my God. So this DVD had a special features section, and I was like, oh, I'll look at the special features section. The special features section included a trailer and a Smash Mouth video. And I was like, come on! That was it. And I'm like, I'm trying to get away with Smash Mouth. Tell me something else. Because I was just like, oh, maybe they've got interviews, maybe something cool happened, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Trailer and a Smash Mouth video. I can't.
I like that I rented, this is for the Butterfly Effect. I got a copy of it from the library, and it was so old, it had like a DVD-ROM feature. And I'm like, I don't have anything.
This one does too. Yes, it does.
Is it the video?
It's probably the same one.
Yeah.
Because they're like, for the DVD-ROM effects, you have to like flip it over to the director's cut side.
Okay.
It's like two-sided disc. Ooh, you know? And I was just like, no, I'm going to just watch the theatrical version.
Yeah.
Just be fine with it. Yeah.
Well, now that I know what happened in the director's cut, I'm very glad that I didn't watch it.
I am very much in the same boat, because if
I would have been so bad.
I'd have been like, what?
No.
What are you talking about?
No.
But also, I'm also curious to how he ended up there. Like you said, his time travel thing has to do with him seeing something from his past. Like, what did he look at to end up in the womb exactly? He can't, you know, because in the theatrical version, he watches a home video of the party where they met.
Right. To
go back in time and, like, make sure she leaves and goes to her mother's house, and then they don't grow up together. Fine. I understand that part, but was there, like, a birthing video that we don't know about? Or, like, what did you say?
Was it the mom's journal? The mom was journaling.
You found the mom's journal. It's like, I was pregnant today. Like, blah, blah, blah.
It's my pregnancy journal.
Yeah. Oh, God, pregnancy journal. Did you have a pregnancy journal?
F that shit. I think I only mentioned it in passing as like, but always as like it would be a form of torture for like nobody wants to hear those details. God,
yeah, but also like, what do you really write about in a pregnancy journal? Like, today I felt bloated and my feet are swollen. Like,
well, I guess it's important if you're tracking some kind of medical condition.
Oh, that's true, because you can get like diabetes while you're pregnant.
There's so many things. Or even like sometimes they want you to track the food you're eating for like nutrition's sake or something like that. Yeah. So like there's those kinds of things. But yeah, I definitely never did any of that.
Yeah. Like, no, I'm good. Thank you.
I'm fine.
I know.
I actually unaware.
A while ago I found some of my journals about like when I was a kid, and I was like, ooh, I found a journal. It was 3 pages long, and I was like, oh, I guess I gave that up real quick. It was like the first one was like a nice detailed account of like a day at school. I was like, today at school, blah, 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 blah. Of course, written all chicken scratchy and all that kind of stuff. Then the second day, I was like, today I went to school and I came home. Today sucked. And that was the next day. And then the day after that was like, it was just a date. Dear diary. And then, of course, I didn't finish. And then empty book. I was like, I gave up on that so fast. So fast.
I love like watching those like those Mortify TV shows or whatever. It's like people, they get on stage and they read from their diary from a, and some of them have very detailed accounts, but I could always tell like I was never that kind of writer. Like even like if I have so many old books and whatever, but most of the time like they're always like concepts that I think that are funny and that I never developed. Like I found one today and it was literally something like, feminism means we can all tell penis jokes. And I'm like, it's like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that. That's not a great concept, but I mean, it's kind of funny.
I think it's kind of funny. I do think it's kind of funny.
But I don't date it or anything, so like I have no idea when I wrote
this
that.
Last week? Was this like 8 years ago? Like, where did I come up with this concept?
So it's so weird to like find these random scraps for like no defined place or time. Like, what does this mean? What does this mean?
What is even happening right
I'm like,
now?
what am I telling messages to myself? Like, where were you at this time? Like, I have to train myself to like put in a little bit more information.
Oh, yeah, that's necessary.
But no, it's often like, because I don't know about you, but I wake up in the middle of the night with like things in my head. That I have to write this down right now, or I'm not going back to sleep.
I have a whole bunch of notes on my phone. That is exactly that. It's like I woke up or like I was on a train somewhere or something was happening and I was just like, I gotta remember this one line. And then the one that I keep coming across was what was that description? It was something about, you know, somebody's long and skinny like a praying mantis or some nonsense. I'm like, what? Why is this significant? Why are you making fun of people with gangly limbs? What? Leave them alone. They have done nothing to you. It sort of reminds me of that episode of The Simpsons where Martin goes ha ha to like a guy in a tiny car and he comes out. He like unfolds to like tall guy, you know, and he's like, is my vehicle comical to you? You know, and he pulls out his phone, he's like, and march! Yeah, that's all I think about. It's fine. A lot of my thoughts involve The Simpsons or Seinfeld for some reason. It's a real issue.
It's embedded in there.
It's embedded in there. It's true. It's crazy. I made like 4 Seinfeld references today at work, I think. It happens. It happens.
Did anybody get them?
I think people got like 2 of them.
Hey, that's
not too bad. That's not too bad. But also, I think one of the reasons why I bring up a lot of Seinfeld stuff at work is because one of my coworkers recently rewatched the whole series with his girlfriend. So I think it's on like the top of everyone's mind. And so he always gets the reference, right? Sometimes other people get them, but then it takes them like a second or whatever. Because we made a reference to Ukraine today. Ukraine is weak. You think Ukraine is weak? Ukraine is strong. That was one of the references today. Of course we got it. We laughed and we laughed. It was great. I think I made a big salad reference. Like, what? Like, unless you know, like, because I think I had a salad and I was like, oh, it's a big salad. That was literally the whole reference. And he laughed. Nobody else did. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's a big salad. So, yeah. And I also make some very randomly obscure references sometimes. Like a very mediocre, tiny thing. I made like a Drake's coffee cake reference. And they're just like, what?
A what coffee cake?
Drake's coffee cake. See, this is what I'm talking about. There's a whole episode on the show where the neighbor is in a coma and Jerry's wants to have an affair with his girlfriend who's at the house. And there's a whole backstory about Newman and Drake's it's a coffee cake. It's a little cake in a package. It's called Drake's coffee cake, and it's not too crumbly, and it's not dry, and it's not too sweet. It's delicious, and there's a whole thing. But it's not one of the episodes people remember as like, oh my god,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah, I don't remember that reference at all. I just
Yeah.
recently found out, to my personal horror,
Mm-hmm.
there's no coffee in coffee cake.
No, there isn't.
I
It's
didn't
just
know
cake
that.
together. But that's like when people are just like, there's no pumpkin in pumpkin spice.
Well,
no,
it's
there
pumpkin
isn't.
spice.
It's spice to go on pumpkin or to flavor pumpkin. It's not actual pumpkin.
Yeah, it's the spices you use when you're cooking with pumpkin.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But coffee cake is deceiving. Banana cake has bananas in it.
Mm-hmm.
Zucchini bread has zucchini.
Yeah, coffee cake
Carrot
is just
cake has carrots.
Yeah. Coffee cake is to go with coffee. But it doesn't
Fuck
have
that!
any coffee in it. I'm telling you,
Outrage!
that's just what it is.
Personal betrayal.
That's like head cheese isn't cheese.
Well, yeah.
I had never had head cheese, and I was very confused about head cheese. And I was told what head cheese was, and I was like, that's disgusting. No. No. If you don't know, it's brains.
Yeah.
FYI.
Delightful.
It's brains.
Delightful.
Yeah. So, like there's very confusing things in our world, like oxymoronic statements like jumbo shrimp. It makes no sense.
Okay, can I talk about one thing that makes no sense in this movie?
Sure.
The love scene. With
in the
Seth.
bathroom?
Because I'm like, as an older woman, I feel personally betrayed that he has a whole sack full of goodies.
Yeah.
And thinks to use one condom and the scented candle. And I was like, you didn't do anything for her? You just made her lie down on that cold floor?
Mm-hmm.
F you! Like, that is such a betrayal. Like, what was the bag for of goodies?
They put a towel down.
But still!
No, there was no lotions. There was no lube.
He didn't need to lie his, like, little tiny body with his bones jetting out of his chest on top of hers. Like,
because A, she can't be on top because that means she has control.
Well,
second of all,
she's gonna crush him.
Yeah. And second of all, he wasn't trying to woo her. He was just like,
and they were sober. They were
sober.
And I was like, this would never happen in a million years. She would be
no. They would be like, what are you doing? Why did you kiss me? Get away from me.
Yes.
What is wrong with you?
And like the more as like seeing that now, like I can understand back then. I was like, yeah, I don't know, maybe that's how relationships happen, whatever. But like seeing it now, you're like, that would never happen.
But, but even the whole thing, the whole Amanda situation and stuff. If I found a letter creepily at a party, that talked about me, I'd have been like
creeped out.
Who is this? Arrest him, he's been stalking me. First of all. But maybe that's just our cynical nature. Maybe we're just like, there's no such thing as true love. Nobody cares about you. Go and die in a corner. I mean, that kind of happens as you live life and meet people and do stuff.
I guess.
But yeah, no, all of it's creepy. Like, if you I think if you think of any of those, especially the teen movies and like their love triangles or couplings or like how their relationships come out, they're all weird.
Yeah, they're pretty weird.
Look at people who emulate like Romeo and Juliet. Let's be Romeo and Juliet.
No, they die.
They knew each other for 2 days and then killed each other. And a cousin dies and a best friend dies and then 2 families are just still at war. What do you want to? This is what you want to? This is what you think true love is? No.
There's never a story of more woe.
Yes. Than Juliet and her Romeo. We know this,
right?
So people are just like, oh, he's my Romeo. I'm like, you're gonna die in 3 days. That's all you think. That's. I mean, I'm a cynic. I've said it before, and that's what I think about. Yes, it's all horrible. It's all horrible. So, or like all those romantic comedies, like somebody meets each other and they get married after knowing each other for a week, and you're just like, that's not how that works.
That's not how that happens, actually.
Yeah. Despite it's not that I hate the movie Frozen. I just don't think it deserves the accolades that it gets.
Oh, really?
I really don't. I think it's not a bad movie, but it's a relatively mediocre movie. Just like the Wonder Woman movie, even though I really wanted to like it. Look, I am not saying no. It is the best DC movie.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, but that's real easy to do. So
you're the best of the worst.
You're the best. That's it. You're the best of the worst. Like it's, so like, yeah, I'm not saying Wonder Woman or Frozen are bad movies. I'm just saying they're not that great. But anyways, one thing I liked about Frozen is the scene in Frozen where, Elsa's the older sister, right?
Yeah.
Where Anna comes up to her and she's like, "I'm in love." He's like, "Shut up, you just met him." That is the one absolute saving grace of this movie, because all of the Disney movies are like that. Like, I just met him. We're in love. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do the other. And I was just like, damn right, Elsa, you tell her, because that's just dumb.
Yeah.
Don't be ridiculous. Ugh. So,
well, and then I also like how they made him like a super creep, like he's the bad guy.
Yes,
and
he
it was
is the
like,
bad guy.
Yeah.
It wasn't the typical like story.
Yeah.
To it. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I like those tropes where it's not about getting a man to love you. It's about loving yourself and loving your family and all that kind of stuff. Great. And it's not that I was looking for anything typical. I usually like things that are atypical and stuff. And like I said, it's not that I hated it. It's just kind of okay executed.
Let it go.
Yeah. Look, the best song in that movie is "Do You Want to Build a Snowman?" And it makes me angry that people think it's "Let It Go." I'm just saying.
I like the one that Olaf sings about.
Where he wants to be in the sunshine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. Yes, that actually is a really nice one.
It's very cute.
That's very cute. But that's like Moana. The song, the Shiny song. That's the song I really like.
Yeah.
That's a great song, and people are just like, no, it's her song that she sings like 35 times in the movie. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not.
So shiny.
Yeah, and like in Aladdin, I would say it's the Riff Raff Street Rap. Oh, that's the best song in that movie.
Have you watched
the
new?
I can't bring myself to do it. I had like 10 chances to see it in the theater, and I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't. You're just gonna ruin my childhood. I can't do it. It's just the same way. Like, I know they're bad and everything, but I still haven't seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies.
Oh,
because
those are bad.
But I can't bring myself to watch them in any way, shape, or form. Like I can't do it. I can't do it. I've seen the animated movie that came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad. That was actually pretty
good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. There's actually like a Batman versus the Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh.
That came out like 2 months ago, I want to say. My brother saw it. He's like, it's actually pretty good. And I'm like, I don't know if I can watch that. But yeah, that's also on my list. Again, more media. But yeah, no, I can't bring myself to watch it yet. Just like I'm probably not going to watch the Lion King movie.
Oh, it's really good.
Lion King. Yeah. See now I don't get emails regularly about the podcast. Now I'm just gonna get all the emails. They're like,
hate.
How dare you?
All the hate. I went to go see the Lion King movie, and I'm not even joking. But like the it's like that intro. It's just like iconic with like the animals and then the fade black in the title, and I was like bawling.
Already?
Just like, oh my god!
My one thing about this movie though is to keep calling it a live action movie. I'm like, it's animated.
Yeah,
it's just a different type of animation.
But it is very beautifully done, and like it's so cool.
They threw all the money at it.
Yeah.
They got Jon Favreau came back to direct again.
Yeah.
Because he did Jungle Book, and of course he did like the Marvel movies, and he did the Iron Man movies and stuff. And he's a very talented guy. I wouldn't deny that it's probably quite lovely.
Yeah.
I just don't care. I also did not see the Jungle Book either, so...
Well, it means no worries.
Yeah.
The rest of your days. It's your problem-free philosophy.
It's fine.
So it's like a weird aside. Right now, my favorite thing to do is my daughter wants me to play Barbies with her.
Yeah.
But she has like a lot of the Disney Barbies.
Okay.
And so I pick up one of the Barbies and I get them to sing a different Disney song.
Oh Oh my god. Do you get
And it like drives her crazy. Like she gets so mad at me.
Ariel, not Jasmine. Oh my god.
Oh my god. And I know like all of them. Like Aurora, like I'm getting her to sing like Snow White song.
Yeah.
Like she's mad.
I'm like, stop it. I like it.
I got Mulan singing Friend Like Me the other day.
You know, I've never watched Mulan. I really need to get around to doing that.
It's so good. Oh, they have like this really great song. It's called Be a Man.
Yeah.
And it's like all about like these manly attributes. And Mulan doesn't, I don't think she sings the song, but she's featured in the montage that's happening of her doing her manliness.
Yeah, because doesn't that happen during like a training montage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think I was getting.
I know a lot about the movie.
Yeah. You're good.
Do you know? Are they doing a live action of that one?
They are. Don't you know about like the big, huge like Disney boycott happening right now? Because like, so
wait, is it the head of Marvel guy is a Trump supporter?
No, it has to do with China about the demonstrations about like Hong Kong.
And they shut down the airports and all that kind of stuff.
So the actress, she's like supporting the demonstrations, and so now because she has come out on social media to say that she supports this, people are like, yeah, boycott Disney. And we're like,
really?
Yeah.
Wait, is she supporting China or Hong Kong?
Well, she's like supporting the people protesting.
Yeah, so but that's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. But because people want like an action of solidarity, it is like a far, like it's not an immediate like, oh, I understand where you're going with this. Yeah. Like it's kind of like, really? That's how you interpret it? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm gonna watch Mulan then.
Yeah, you're gonna go see Mulan.
Gonna go see that one. Yeah, no, I didn't purposefully not watch Mulan. It's just, you know, when sometimes you just never get around to doing something. That's literally it. That's all that happens.
I could seriously sing every song right now, but then you could never play. Then you could never play this podcast. We
get letters from Disney, cease and desist. Yeah, please take down.
There's one thing you learn in the industry: you don't fuck with the mouse. Well, I think it's, I don't know. I did have like a very significant change of heart towards Disney recently when I was watching the new Wreck-It Ralph movie. There's a moment when they're in the website of the Disney website and it's actively being policed and overseen by stormtroopers. Yes. And I was like, that is terrifying. Like to have that imagery of like, they've made themselves Darth Vader. Yeah, like, in that scenario, you're Darth Vader, mouse. Like,
like, I know they're just trying to be cheeky about it.
No, but that's literal. Like,
that's literally what
you're the bad guy.
You are the bad guy. Yeah, so.
I am never going to Disney just for the very, like, the faintest prospect of that happening in real life terrifies me. That you're going to be policed by stormtroopers. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, which already has, like, their a horrible background, like where it comes from.
Right.
So
yes.
You're just like, what are you doing? You're doing this wrong.
This is problematic.
Like, you should have had it policed by, like, I don't know, who could have been, like...
Dumbo.
Yeah. He flies around and grabs things with his trunk, and he's like,
he's drunk most of the time. Feather. It would be hilarious. Yes. He's a cute little elephant. Like...
I'd like it.
I can fly. Yeah. Peter Pan and Lost Boys. Oh my God. Like that would have like
it's just a bunch of characters that can fly around that are cute.
Yeah. Like Mary Poppins, like
Tinkerbell shows up and like, what are you
sasses them around. Yeah. Julia Roberts version of Tinkerbell.
Oh my God, yes. I love it. See, why weren't they thinking?
They weren't thinking. They just made like the most scariest like possibility, and then it's true. Now it's true.
Yeah. So yeah, we got political. Jeez.
Fart jokes and politics.
Yeah. Back to soundtracks.
Okay.
There was Busta Rhymes on that soundtrack.
So I was like, yeah. What did you feel about like Seth Green's posse?
Well, they, like, it's exactly what you expected.
Yeah.
We went to school with some of those
It was pretty true to life.
It was very true to life. One of my notes is, was it? Oh yeah, goggles used to be an accessory.
Yes. Big time.
Yes. That was like a thing for a surprisingly long period of time.
Yeah, most of the 90s.
Yeah. And I know it kind of devolved into, if you have goggles, you're steampunk, but that's not where it started at all. It was all in like hip hop.
Yeah.
And I was just like...
and like, wasn't it like X Games stuff too? Like,
yeah, like the extreme sports and that kind of
like
stuff.
snowboarding.
But X Games were like either pure grunge or hip hop. Like it was or that like mix, right? Yeah. And I guess that's where it comes from. I don't know, but goggles were like a thing. Like,
and from that, Limp Bizkit was born.
This cracked egg covered in graffiti. He came out and
and he decreed break stuff.
No, he wants the nookie. He just did it all for the nookie. Let's break stuff.
Let's break stuff.
God. Well, what's actually really funny? The break stuff song. I remember. The first time I heard it was right after they did the whole Woodstock 2 thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And there was a whole thing about, they're going to sue him because he incited a crowd with his song and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I know music, gets you all riled up and whatever, but I'm like, no song is going to make you go fucking nuts. That's crazy.
No.
And then I heard break stuff. And I was like, he's going to jail. Because, he
was like riding a door and I think like crowd surfing.
And they were ripping apart stages and going nuts. But I heard that song and I watched that video and I'm like, no, he is inciting a riot because I'm going to break your fucking face tonight. Give me something to break. Like, oh my God.
It's all about the he said, she said bullshit.
Right. It's just, like, I was like, no, he was inciting a riot. He was inciting a riot. And up until I heard that song, I was like, that's stupid. That's ridiculous. That's impossible. And then they played the song, and I was like, yeah, he's going to jail. He's gonna
instead he became a successful director.
Yeah. Wait, successful director?
Well, whatever. I think if you're directing, you're obviously successful.
In some way, yes, that is very
true. 99% of women aren't directors, so there's that.
But the women who are amazing at
There's that one.
There's like 3.
Actually, I was surprised looking at Can't Hardly Wait. I think it was like co-written and co-directed by a woman.
Yes. It is Deborah Kaplan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I was like, oh, that's delightful. That I feel like that was unusual even for the time.
Oh, for that time period, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you it was like I want to meet this woman one day and say like, can I just ask you about your contribution to this movie? Because I feel like it's all those things that made it real.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be like. I think he's the one who made it like, oh, it's gonna be like a jock and like geek and like this is gonna happen. Like, well, maybe we should have some female characters say words every once in a while.
Right.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, like because it's his story, it's his point of view. Yeah, but there are women in his world. So maybe...
But there's a lot of people just around and living their lives. Yeah. And how about they're there too?
Yeah. And maybe people don't always talk like that. But yeah, no, I actually think it would be really cool to find out that kind of thing. Cause yeah, like it's just, I don't know. I just think all of the characters, even like we were saying, the side characters and stuff are surprisingly rounded individuals.
Yeah.
Just like, I like you. I know you. I've met you. I am you.
Yeah.
So...
Like they were just like the cardboard cutouts that you're
they're not like scenery,
yeah,
like filling up the background.
No, they were like actively contributing to like the story and the plot and the relationships.
Well, because even like the guy who's like, hey man, remember the time in when we went to camp, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
like even like that guy, you're like,
oh yeah, that guy,
that guy, or what is the guy who like Jennifer Love Hewitt stops him and he's like walking out with a whole bunch of whipped cream cans or something. And he's like, do you know who this person is? He's like, oh yeah, he's that guy with the hair. He's like, what? He's like, we're gonna get freaky, and he like runs away. I'm like, oh, that guy's great. I don't know. There's just something about that guy is great. Of course, Jerry Connell's Trip McNeely shows up. Just said Trip McNeely for like half an hour after the movie was done. Trip McNeely. I don't know why. I just think it just works.
Rolls off the tongue.
It does.
It's a level of douchebaggery that we've grown accustomed to, I guess.
It's true. Mm-hmm.
His choice words about high school girls, I was just like, ooh, that's creepy.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the same kind of character as, what's his name? Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, yeah,
Dazed
totally.
and
Dazed and Confused. Like, I think this movie, and wasn't Dazed and Confused, like, made around the same time? I feel like it was around the same, or within 5 years or something, because it also kind of feels very similar. Like, again, like, nothing major happened. 93.
Yeah, so it was a few years before. But yeah. I know, yeah. It's the same kind of
They're rolling around in cars. It all kind of happens in one night. Mm-hmm. Like, nothing, again, like, fundamentally earth-shattering happens. Like, it's all pretty mundane stuff. Yeah. Like,
but at the time, you always think it's like, so epic.
Oh, yeah. And, like, in your memories, you're like, oh, and then we did this, and then we did that, and you're like...
But then you break it down, you're just like, so you went to someone's house, you got bored, and you left.
We stayed up all night.
You made a phone call, and then you went back, and she yelled at you, and then you went to college.
We talked about streaking and never did.
That's so true.
I think we played video games.
Yeah. I really do think a lot of parents think you were out doing the worst things possible when you're just like... We sat on a couch and drank.
We probably watched a movie.
Yeah,
We probably watched this movie.
Yeah, over and over and over again. It was fine. I remember this one was like Mallrats we used to watch pretty early.
Yes, yeah.
I still love that movie. That movie's
it's a great movie.
I think that's all I have. Oh, my last note on this is... If you dropped your bags and ran in a train station or any transportation hub, you would be tackled to the floor these days. That is literally my last note for all of this. Like, it's true. Like, he just stops, drops everything, and runs. Yeah. People would lose their shit if that happened today. Lose their shit.
Was she graduating high school or no?
They all graduated. Okay. Yeah, they were all graduating.
Because I thought that was so weird that, like, everyone at the end got their, like, end note about, like, what they went on to do, except for the women. Like, the only thing they said about her was, like, she wrote a letter to him every day he was away. Mm-hmm. And even for Denise, it was like, she broke up with him, and then they reconciled in the bathroom 10 minutes later. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, but what happens? Happens.
Yeah, like does she go to school
Are
after?
They fine? Are they cool?
Well, tell you the truth, only the jock and the nerd guy get like a long distance thing, because the jock gets drunk and screws up his scholarship and he
gets fired from his job.
And then the other kid's like he's like runs like a multi-million-dollar company and dates a supermodel. Right. But everybody else was just like, oh, that happened in the next week or the next month.
Right. Like immediately following.
Yeah, like it's immediately. Like this is what's
in
going on.
The next 10 minutes after this is what happened.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to think that far ahead. Maybe that's.
Well, it wasn't a happily ever after too. Like it was like yeah, I hope that they continue to live their lives.
Yeah, because it says like she wrote him a letter every day, and they're still together, and you're just like, wait, are we talking like 5 years later, 100 years?
But
later?
he's the writer. Why didn't he write her back? Like I was
like did he write her back?
Did he write her a letter? Like
like once a month. Did he respond to each letter accordingly?
They eventually like get Facebook.
Yeah, it was just a dick pic and everyone sent that. That was it. Actually,
that would have cost a lot of postage back then.
Oh, that's true.
And developing that film.
Yeah, you have to go to like Blacks or Suitors,
unless you had a Polaroid.
Oh, unless you had a Polaroid, and it's like, but no, that gives you some weird shadows and light. Gotta get those angles and that light right. So,
and you need that third party developing that for you.
Be like, look, I'm gonna give you this roll of film. Yes, film. They used pictures you were taking on film at one point in time. You had to take it somewhere. They put it in chemicals, and you got a piece of paper that had a picture on it. It was amazing.
What?
And you didn't get to preview these pictures to see which ones you wanted and didn't want. You just kind of like, oh, I took pictures, I think, and then you gave it to somebody and they gave you things back. You know, it was a wild time. It was a wild and crazy time. So imagine doing that, but you know, with your junk. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. It's
not glamorous.
Not glamorous at all. Not glamorous at all. But yeah, that's everything I have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it still holds up. I still enjoy the heck out of this movie.
Oh, so much. I love it.
I do. Yeah, there were so many delightful little moments. Mm-hmm. The watermelon. Like, that was a weird scene at the end, when the X-Filers jumped the jock and the nerd and they positioned them because they were taking Polaroids, but then they were leaving the Polaroids there. And I was just like, what was the point of that? Like, you just ditched all they weren't the wisest.
Well, I have a feeling as they were taking the pictures and the Polaroids were like falling and stuff, like if it wasn't their friend, they probably would have picked them up and ran with them. Right. They're just like, oh crap, no, this is my friend, and then they just ran away. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why they needed to make it homoerotic, but
yeah, that was a weird kind of like I get that they were trying to plan like this ultimate revenge scheme and it didn't really pan out, but like it was just like such an odd choice. I was like, I would hope like if it was like real friends, I was like, no, that's your friend, like you gotta help him, you just chloroformed him.
Yeah, you know, which again is illegal. But also the whole thing with that is that so the jock guy covers for him at the end saying that he got him drunk and he took advantage or whatever, but technically that's rapiness.
Yeah.
And he would not have been let out of jail that morning. He would have been kept in jail and the other kid would have been let out.
Right.
And then been sent to counseling. So that also I found really weird.
Odd choices.
He's like, yeah, I'm guilty of drugging and molesting someone. Is that okay? Can we just leave it at that? Yeah, sure. Go
We're
home.
good. High five?
High five. No, that is incorrect. That's improper. So I don't know. I didn't understand that part either.
Yeah,
so.
it was a weird kind of like I get it was like the most chaotic thing that happened at the party, but it was like, oh, this is like just if this one I can't suspend my disbelief for some reason. It was like, oh, it just went a little too far.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know.
Like,
it'd
I understand
really be
the band,
cool like that.
The nerd getting to be like the biggest thing at the party.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Karaoke moment for sure.
Sex in a bathroom, fine.
Yes,
whatever.
Melissa Joan Hart
getting all those
your
signatures
book in the pool. Yeah,
you know, I get it. People high, doing inappropriate things to watermelon. Sure. But letting a kid out of jail for molesting another kid. Not too much.
That and the kid maybe stealing the police cruiser at the end.
Oh yeah, he stole a lot. What was with that kleptomaniac kid? He was just in every scene just stealing things.
Yeah, it was
he stole a gumball machine. He stole T-shirts. He stole booze. I don't know. I don't get it. It was fun, but it was pretty funny.
It was delightful.
I liked watching every scene. I'm like, oh, what's he stealing this on? It's great. But yeah, that's it. I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was a fun conversation and trip back to the past.
Aww.
Yes. We got political, talk about cartoons, talk about music, Smash Mouth forever. We even talked about Limp Bizkit, which is not something I ever thought would happen on this podcast either. So, farts as well. We talked about farts. Yeah, that was another first. On this episode.
Batman!
Oh, we talked lots about Batman. That's not a first at all. You're crazy. That's good. Well, yes, thank you so much for being here, though.
Thanks for having me.
We'll have you back for more joyous occasions and talking about the past. It's going to be great. So I've always a trip down memory lane.
Ah, good times.
Yes.
Good times.
Well, that's it for this episode of Off My Shelf. Until next time, you can follow along on Instagram and Twitter at ohmyshelf. Or you can send me emails at ohmyshelf@gmail.com. On the next episode, we will be talking about the movies Casino Royale and The Cell. Hope you'll be here to listen.